On this week's episode, we have Ezora. This week's episode covers the topic love, human behaviors, why the 5 people you're closest with matters most in how you behave as a human being, and how to overcome anxiety, how to sleep better, and mental health is a very important thing that is quite a taboo topic, especially here in Malaysia, and I just want to contribute as much as I can to help the people who are secretly suffering behind closed doors. And we also talk about LGBT and why is it hard for gay people to actually be accepted in Malaysia, and why they actually eventually moved away. Something spicy, for this week's episode. Yeah, tune in, bro.
Alright, this is Hello Kopi Milo podcast, and today we have Ezora.
Hi guys.
Ezora, how are you?
I'm good.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
For those listeners who don't know who you are, how would you describe yourself and what do you do?
How would I describe myself? Okay,
Yeah.
So I'm Ezora. You can call me E.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 27 years young.
So you grew up here in Mont Kiara yourself?
Well, basically prior to here,
Mhm.
I've been staying here for 20 years.
Oh.
No, actually, 22. So prior to that, I had my early childhood education in UK.
You studied psychology,
Yeah,
right?
I always tell this to my friends. Like, one thing about psychology is that you kind of like categorize people. I mean, a lot of people behave in a certain way, and but you can't just tell people that everyone behaves this way. So I don't know. Like, I think it's just a good theory. Yeah.
Do you believe in horoscopes, like star signs? And
I
all
do.
That?
To a certain extent, you know what I mean? I still feel like a lot of people are at their free will and they're supposed to, like I can't predict what you're gonna say next, or I can't say like how you're gonna behave tomorrow just based on your horoscope, or like how someone studies you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's really unfair.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you can't do that. Yeah.
True.
Even
But I feel like it's predictable, as in the characteristic of a human being. You can't go wrong with it. I mean, there's always a different background coming from a different ethnicity,
Yeah.
and your minds
Yeah,
work a little
definitely.
bit
Like, a lot
different. But yeah,
I mean, our environment influences a lot. The people around us influence us a lot. That's like, you have no idea.
going back to the horoscopes, like it's funny how it's actually intertwined, like your
with?
characteristics and psychology with when you were born.
It's kind of funny though, because like,
Kinda
can
freaky,
you
actually.
imagine
Yeah.
like where the planets are at that particular time influence you as a character? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just
Is that
crazy.
that's a backstory of it? Is that why it is?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Shit.
that's why like there's this thing called like birth natal or something like that. Basically, you have to put in like the hour that you were born, so that it can like get all your
To the minute, right? To the minute.
to the minute.
Yeah.
So I'm not really, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of my friends are actually really good with this, but I just like roughly know about it.
This has nothing to do with the tarot cards, right?
No,
it's completely
I don't
different, right?
think so. I think so. Like, they also have like a different houses.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I can't really tell you about that.
So what horoscope signs are you?
A lot of people don't believe me when I say this, but I'm in between.
Okay, a
So
cusp.
I'm like, yeah. Oh, so you do follow horoscope?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
So I'm a Scorpio and a Sagittarius.
Whoa,
What about you?
Whoa. I'm a Sagittarius. But wow, Scorpio Sagittarius, that's interesting.
Which is so fucked up.
Because I know a lot of Scorpios who are like rigid and serious.
We're so easily influenced by other people's emotion too.
Okay.
So we get influenced by a lot of like external factors. That's why like we're quite sensitive in some sense. Yeah, so that's why like I think being a Scorpio just fucks me up like
Yeah.
in so many levels.
Yeah, in the sensitive side. How you credit yourself? How you see yourself as a Sagittarius? Though, how does a Sagittarius contribute to your personality?
I think it's like I'm quite experimental.
Alright.
Like, I'm very adventurous in some sense.
Right. What would be the one quality trait that you wish you had as a human being, as a person, that you wish that you have, and you would work on that more?
I think disciplines and endurance.
Endurance.
Yeah. I feel like if I have that, I would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what sense though? Like longevity of things?
Yeah, like, like a lot of practices that I do in my life. Like, I wish I was always so constant about it.
Oh, consistency.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm that type of person who always, this is one of my life motto. It's like, try everything once. Let it be good, let it be bad. Try everything once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm that kind of girl.
Were you a barista before? Yeah.
I was. Not that I was really good at it, but I could make coffee.
Where were you based at?
Pochi.
Artamas.
Yes. No, actually, I started in Plus.
Plus. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we had one in Mont Kiara.
Okay.
And then after that shut down, then I moved to Hartamas.
What was your most memorable cup of coffee? With your own, or it could be anyone else?
No, it was one of our colleague. Man, his coffee, dude, I can still remember how, like, the taste. As you drink it, it kicks in and it just.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, this is so good.
Where do you usually seek inspiration from? Sometimes when you run dry, you feel a little bit moody and cranky, and you just feel like everyone is fucked up in their own way, right? Where do you seek inspiration from?
Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Other people tell their stories, like videos, a lot of videos about, like, I saw one just today. It's about this one kid in Cambodia. And he's like very young, he's selling things, but he's so good at speaking. So he can speak over 12 languages.
Damn.
So like he was just like this person was like holding a camera and like, talk to me in Malay, and he could count in Malay. Talk to me in German, he could count in German.
Is this like natural, or he had to learn it? I guess he had to learn it, right?
I think he learned it but with the tourists that comes around. I don't
right.
know. I feel like that is so inspiring.
Yeah.
I feel like that's so inspiring that it makes you like, why did I stop learning? You know? So that's the thing about life that I think that everyone should do. You can't stay constant. You just have to like learn and learn, read and learn, just put yourself out there. Yeah.
Right. Do you think college and university is actually important for a person to quote unquote find success in life, or
No.
it's not important?
I don't believe in that. I wouldn't say it's not important. I feel like it's a very good platform because it kind of makes you grow as a person, and also you can build out your connection, because I feel like that's the best time for you to meet people. And like sometimes like you don't know where this person is going to be in the future. So if you have these kind of friends, like it's going to help you, somewhere along the line. So I think college is a good platform for that. But I think I have a lot of friends who never finished like uni and stuff.
Yeah.
But
they turn out okay?
Dude, they turn out amazing,
Yeah?
man. Like, all respect. So that's why I feel like you don't really have to if you can afford it, or like if you're not into it, it's fine. I feel like a lot of people are just like, like, oh, I never finished college. I feel so shit about myself, or like I have to change course. I changed course. So like I know how they feel. You know what I mean? It's like your parents are like attacking you, like, oh, I spent so much on you. Yeah, but like I feel like at the end of the day, if you're willing, you're gonna make something out of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. So it means for the kids out there who are sort of feeling like they want to drop out, you think they should?
I think they should.
Yeah.
I definitely think they should. Seriously.
Because like certificates and all, they only help you with to a certain extent. If you wanna be in like sort of the system, you wanna work for someone, I guess you really need the certificate.
But I feel like our generation these days, like, we don't want to work under people anymore. We want to build something for ourselves.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're moving towards that, and I'm not saying like it's a good thing. I'm just saying that like things are changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like these days there's a lot of help. Like, you get the internet, you get all this social media, and it's a good platform, like if you have something or nothing, you can put yourself out there regardless. So I think like it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be fucking tough. I feel like that's the thing about
in terms of what, not having one, or competition. What's gonna be
like,
tough?
I feel like I said, like college and uni is a good platform, right? I feel like that is like a ticket. But if you don't go to uni, you have to get that ticket in other ways, which is a lot tougher. Yeah, that's all. I think that's it. But if you think that you have the energy for it, you set your mind to it, go for it. Yeah.
But I guess the
believe in
energy
that.
that you pour into the hustle is probably equivalent to the amount of money that you spend
Fair.
going for like, universities.
Yeah, I
and
totally
all.
agree. I
Right?
totally agree with that.
Oh, speaking of human behaviors, like, do you like? The question that I was about to come up with is the 5 people that you're closest most
Okay.
with. Does it really affect your characteristic as a person?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I would say this based on my experience.
But also, birds of feather flocks together in a way.
I agree.
Yeah?
I totally agree. I totally agree. I see this like with a lot of my friends. Like, I have this one friend, like every when she was like hanging out with us, because we were like a bunch of like, you know, barista kids. So we would go out and smoke, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like ever since she stopped hanging out with us,
Okay.
she doesn't smoke anymore. And now she's like all into fitness, like, you know, all healthy shit. So because her friends are like that.
Her new set of
her
friends.
new sets of friends are like that. So I'm like, okay, good for you. You know what I mean? So that's one of it. And I also believe that I also have this other friend. She was very like, she's a feminist. She was like, oh, like men, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. Men are shit. You know what I mean? Like, you are so right, girl. But then after a while, like, I see my other side of friends, and they're like more, they're not, I'm not saying they're not feminists. They are, but not as strongly. And I tend to like absorb that kind of energy for that.
Yeah.
So I really believe in that. I believe in like the 5 people you hang out with influence you.
So, how do you come about to change your friends if you're not very comfortable in the situation that you're in? Let's say
Okay.
one day from like a few months from now, you realize that your lifestyle is not that healthy and you
Okay.
want to change. How do you actually just get out of that group of friends and just
I just recently did that.
you did that?
I just recently
Wow,
did that.
then it's
I
a
know, which is
fair question,
I
I
feel
guess.
like it's that's the thing about these days. Like, I feel like you gotta be selfish. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to drop. Like, you just even how much the person has contributed to you or helped you through something, but I feel like people come and go, and like to a certain extent, if I don't know, this sounds pretty bad, but like if the person does not serve your purpose anymore in your current life, you should drop it. Like, just drop that person and move on. Because after a while, like, it's just gonna be like, let it be like friendship, relationship. It's gonna be a burden, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you don't want that, because like you would remember them for the stuff that they did for you, but move on. Yeah.
But sort of, it has to be like a two-way thing. You guys have to benefit from each other. Then
Oh,
you,
but
you get to
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You were asking me how to do that?
yeah,
Honesty. Be fucking honest.
honest.
Like, just be honest. Like, say the things that would hurt their feelings. Say the things that would hurt yours. I just think that you should be honest. Like, it's fine. Like, you know, like, I think like in so many situations I got away with was because I was really honest. Like, I know it's so hard to be fragile, but I think once like you put yourself in that fragile situation, you get out like way fucking stronger. Yeah, but I know it sucks. I feel like a lot of people have like this issue with like, oh no, like I don't want to do that, you know, like I'm gonna look like shit.
Okay.
I think I put myself in that shitty situation and make myself look bad, like regardless a lot of fucking time. But I'm so proud of the person that I am now because of all those moments.
So you sort of switch from one group of friends to another, right?
I started to do.
For
I
the
do.
better, I guess. Like
Yeah,
the new
I do.
ones.
But I like to think that I keep them regardless. You know what I mean? Like, I do switch from group to group, like as I grow up, but like I'm still connected to all my friends from before. I mean, we're not probably in the best or closest relationship, but I can still talk to them if they have any issues. I'm so happy to be there for them. But I think like people come and go, and you can't hold on to people that long. Yeah, it's just not healthy.
What about relationship though? Like, because you mentioned just now, like if you feel it could be a burden at some point, right? But what if you don't, like, let's say you just drop them, right?
Yeah.
You drop your like past lovers, and then you realize that they have contributed so much for
Yeah.
you, and then how do you not feel anything about that because
Of course, you feel so many things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
because
a given.
It's different with friends and lovers, though. I feel.
That's the thing. If you have amazing friends,
Yeah.
like they're not gonna be any different than your boyfriends.
I guess I just haven't found the amazing friends. That's what I meant by because
Maybe.
because the intensity of the willingness of a lover would match what a friend would do. I guess, but you found
I
yours.
know, because I feel like I've been through like a lot of relationship,
Okay.
and they're mostly bad. No, I'm not saying that my boyfriend never contribute a lot. He did, but I feel like you tend to take a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know that it's your boyfriend. You can take. Yeah, but like with friends, it's like
It's like
you
a
get
fair,
it. It's like
fair trade,
yeah,
right?
you get it. Like it's mutual. You
Yeah.
know it's mutual. But like with boyfriends, it's like you might think like, okay, he's gonna contribute in this way, so I'll change it like in another way. But maybe it's not. In his eyes, it's not like that. You know what I mean? And especially like in a relationship, money is still money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of relationship, though, I have a sub question. Do you believe in love languages? Like
Love languages, like
yeah, have you heard of that? Like,
I have.
Yeah, it's like
but I.
some people they require
Oh yes.
affirmation.
Yeah,
some
I totally believe
requires
that.
like touch.
Yep.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that.
yeah.
I
That,
really
that has
do.
something to do with human psychology.
Yeah,
Right?
it really does.
So
Yeah.
I guess in a relationship, how it works is you need to find out the other
Yeah.
person's
It's the
love
same,
language
yeah, the
and-
same language as you, and I think
Yeah.
it's really, really fucking important because I feel like that's why, I would say like our parents' generation, their relationship don't really work out. Yeah, they stay married until now, but it doesn't work out because they don't communicate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they understand different things, and it could be the simplest of things, but it's because they don't speak the same language. It's just not working out, despite the fact that they're still married.
Yeah.
You know. So I think like our generation is a bit better because we're aware of these kind of things.
Yeah, we are aware, and also we try to work things out. Even if it's different, we contribute to what the other person need. You know, like the
Yeah.
other person needs more affirmations, and you give that. And if they need more actions, like
Yeah,
contributions, you give that.
But like I feel like I don't know, like sometimes people are very ignorant. You know, there's a lot of people, they don't believe in like love language, you know what I mean? So they don't want to learn. They're not open to things.
They are stick to themselves. more of
Yeah,
themselves,
like no,
right?
they're just like no, like this whole, because it's a new thing, like psychology. You know what I mean? Like everyone's just like, what the fuck, psychology? Dude, seriously? Like how can I even take you seriously? You know, these kind of things are like a new generation kind of thing. So it's really hard for like traditional or like very conservative people to accept. I feel like a lot of like Malaysians are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's your opinion and take on like Malaysia's current state of freedom of speech?
yeah.
If you are stuck somewhere with surrounded by people who are not that open, right? So it's a little bit hard, and you're being judged in a lot of ways. So how do you go about that as Malaysians?
I think say what you want. Seriously, I just think like I don't know. I feel like what is with all these restriction? You know, I
Yeah.
feel like people get to do whatever they want to do, regardless if it's bad or good. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like you should know. Like if your friend is bad and you don't like that friend, move away. So if you don't, with the whole freedom of speech and stuff like that, if you don't like what the person is saying, don't respond, ignore it. You know what I mean? Don't say shit like, don't say like, oh, I fucking hate this person, like it's fucking dumb, blah blah blah. Like you're just making them famous. Because
Yeah.
I don't believe in like,
like-
I don't believe in the thing that there's bad press and there's good press. I just think there's press.
Yeah,
So
it's like
if
free
you-
publicity for them if you engage with them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're just making them more famous.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
why even bother? You know what I mean? That's why I feel like you get to say what you want to say, you get to do what you want to do. Like just do it, you know? Like stop thinking about like other people or whatever, just do it. You know.
What do you think of the people that you've come across with? What are the characteristics that intrigue you the most? Like what are you attracted to?
Hardworking.
Hardworking. Yeah.
Hardworking.
Okay.
That is so attractive. Seriously. I think most of the people that I find hardworking are so inspiring to me. I'm just like, dude, the fuck is wrong with you? How could you work around the clock?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, but yeah. I'm very motivated, but not so much about money. I love money, yeah, but I feel like experience. You know what I mean? That's why I always put myself in every situation, because I want that experience. I want to be able to say like, yeah, I can handle this. I've been there. I know how you're feeling. I know what to do with this. I love that. Yeah. So far, like, you can ask me anything, like scoop an ice cream professionally. I've done that.
Okay. Coffee you've done.
Yeah, I've done coffee. Maybe my next one would be like, no, I'm not gonna say it. Liberal. I think that you should do what you want to do, love who you want to love, and I honestly, like, just the other day I found out that oh shit, who's that guy? There's one singer. His song is like Stood So Low.
Oh, Alex.
Ah, yes.
Alex CVH.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just found out that he's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I just love how open he was about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking crazy to be that open about being gay in a Malaysia in a Muslim country. You know what I mean? That's fucking nuts. And I have like a lot of respect for the guy. Yeah, because it's not easy. It's scary. Even, dude, I'll be so scared to be gay here, man. But then again, I feel like Malaysia, we're very passive. We're passive in our approach. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't, I mean, like, I guess in other parts of the world, they would be more aggressive, like, oh, you fucking gay, fuck. You know what I mean? But like in Malaysia, all we do is like put it on social media. You know, like we record you and shit. There are gonna be people like that, but there are also gonna be people who are like ever so supportive of you. And I feel like just be yourself, and like you're gonna have a bit of both, a bit of the bad shit and the good shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like it's crazy to be gay in Malaysia.
It's hard, difficult, right?
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's super scary.
So I guess that's the reason why a lot of people moved away.
Yeah,
right?
and I think they should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not making their life easier here. So do it. Move.
Okay. Would you say yourself as living your passion on a day-to-day basis? Like you
Living
mentioned
my
that
passion.
you have the interest in humanity
Yeah,
and work.
lately, because because before this I was very unstable, as in my emotion were very unstable. I was like, you know, like I couldn't control myself very well. But like these days I'm more stable. I know who I am. Blah blah blah. So like I can feel sympathy more. But did you know that empathy and sympathy is something that you can learn? Did you know that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Why don't you elaborate more on that?
Like,
Shit.
okay, it's just because like we I guess it's not something that you're born with. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a skill, so you can learn about it. You know, just put yourself in a situation that like make you feel more human. Then you learn to feel a certain way more. Yeah, that's how like you tend to like adapt this kind of feelings and
So
stuff like that.
try to like surround yourself with people who are more unfortunate. Is that how it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that you can see like, oh, that's why like I guess there's like a saying that says like never look up but always look down or something like that. You know what I mean? Because if you look up, you feel shit about yourself, you know?
Right.
But like if you look down, you sort of feel more grateful for all the things that you have. And then like, I don't know, then that's how you feel empathy and sympathy.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you
But, like,
work yourself? How long did it take for you to build that up for yourself?
I don't know, because we're human. You know what I mean? There's like one day we feel sorry for this kind of people, the next day probably wouldn't. So like I guess like it's a conscious decision too. You know what I mean? Like it's something that you have to build every day. So I remember there was this one time, I think a couple of years back, like my friend, he's a doctor, and he was like telling me how like he has a cancer patient, and he's not that young. I think he's like around 50 or 60. So he was just telling me like, oh, I feel so sorry for him because he's gonna die. Like he has his family, blah blah blah. And then I'm like, at that point of my life, because I was kind of unstable, right? I was very selfish. So I was trying to like gather all my feelings to myself. So I couldn't relate to his situation. Like I was just like, you know, 60, you're supposed to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I mean, there's so many people dying of cancer. Why does this person get your sympathy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like logically, in my head, it makes sense.
Right.
But like these days, I could relate because, you know, it's like how the family is feeling, like, you know, like having a family, having a social, like a support system, to die like that, it's just, it's wasted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess like throughout the year, I wasn't so selfish with my feelings. I learned how to see other people, how they feel. Yeah.
Like you're heading that direction, right? You want to help people.
I do.
You want to help
I do.
more people.
I guess I do want to help
unfortunate
people.
ones.
Yeah, like in any way that I could. Let it be like 1 ringgit. You know.
Like these people, young people who are sort of lost, right? Who don't really know how to do what they like to do.
I have a lot of friends like this because I'm kind of friends with like a vast group of people, different ages and stuff like that. And like it's hard to talk to them because they're so into their head. You know what I mean? Like they're thinking too much, they're overthinking, and I totally understand. I've been there. I overthink like so much until like I sleep at 6 and I have to get up at 7 and I'm just not functioning for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's the same vicious cycle. And that's how like you get into depression because like, but it's so much of your thought. It's your own thought. It's not real things. You know what I mean? You're just overthinking about things that you shouldn't. So like my advice is stop. Obviously, it's not easy. I get that. But you got to find the ability to control your thoughts by being busy. I really believe that if you're busy, if you're so fucking busy, you don't have time to do anything. You don't have time to think because you're so busy. So be busy, stop thinking, and just do it. You know what I mean? Just if you're thinking about something, if you want to do it, just do it. If you want to plant a tree, stop thinking how you're going to plant the tree. Just fucking buy like seed and shit, you know, just fucking do it. Tell your friends about it. They will make the journey a lot easier because if you're like I also have this problem, like I'm like, oh, I don't want to tell my friends. I kind of like just want to bam, like, you know, I'm amazing now. Look at me. You know what I mean? But support. You need support. So yeah, you need support because it's going to be a long journey. So you have to have friends who constantly tell you, oh, remember that time you said that you want to be a DJ, Ezora? And I'm like, yeah. Are you still into that? And I'm like, yeah.
and then
then there will be like, yeah, this is what you should do, you know? That's why I think friends are really important. You got to surround yourself with friends because like, honestly, for me, example, like I wouldn't say it's not clinically proven that I was depressed, but I gone through a period of time that I couldn't get out of bed. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I was reluctant to. I just didn't want to. I had no, what do you call that, motivation. I was just like, oh fuck, like life again. This is tiring, you know. And then I got to know a lot of people. My friends, my group of friends now, and I don't talk to them about my depression or anything like that. I didn't tell them like how I feel. I just vibe with them. I just, you know, like enjoy their company, not telling them about what I'm going through, but just being there at that time of moment and just enjoying what they are. You know what I mean? Let it be their problems or like whatever they're facing. I don't really talk about myself. And I don't know, like eventually it just improved. You know what I mean? Like I still have sleepless nights, but I could actually sleep. You know what I mean? It's not those kind of sleepless night that I couldn't sleep and I wake up and I just feel like I'm a zombie. Like, my God, like that's the worst feeling ever. Because how could you go through your day-to-day life feeling like a fucking zombie, dude?
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. But one thing I feel blessed is that I even with anxiety, right? With overthinking, anxiety, I still find myself that I can sleep at night. Why do you think, like, how you like from your experience? Why do you think you suffered from that? The like amplification of overthinking resulted in that like 6 a.m.
I wouldn't say it's anxiety.
No,
I would
overthinking.
say overthinking. Yeah, like so. I think like this is how the flow goes. But don't quote me on this because I'm not a professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like this is like I don't know. Sometimes I just make logic shit in my head. So like, okay, this is how it works. Okay, this is like a diagram. I'm gonna show you a fucking diagram.
Okay.
So, for example, like a situation happened, like you saw a girl that you really like, right? And then you want to talk to her, right? But you didn't. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna talk to her tomorrow. And then you overthink, oh, should I do this? What should I do? Should I blah, 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 blah? And then like you realize like, oh shit, it's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? I gotta wake up at 6, you know, to see her and look cute. You know what I mean? And then like, so you overthink that night, and then that following day you have anxiety, right? You're just like, oh my God, like after all the stuff that I think last night, and you didn't have enough sleep. So it contributes with how your state of mind is during that following day. And you have anxiety because you're talking to her, you know, you're about to talk to her. And then like all these anxiety catching up, and you didn't, and then it's the next night.
It's a loop.
And you're still, you're still overthinking on top of your anxiety, on top of like your state of mind not being stable. You know what I mean? And it just goes on.
Do you think it's important to deal with it, or because how people deal with it these days, right? Is they find escapism, they find temporary reliefs in the sense of exercise.
Okay, I think
so
I think with working out it's good because it releases
dopamine.
Yeah, it releases dopamine, and that's really good for you. You should do that, but I can't really say if it really diminishes anxiety. Like I have anxiety. I had anxiety to a point, I think about last year. I didn't know it was anxiety. So I couldn't breathe. Like I was just like hyperventilating. Like I just like, it's like I could breathe, but it's like macam tak puas tau. Macam it doesn't like, it's just like, it's not sufficient, it's not enough. And then I went to the doctor, and he was like, you actually have anxiety. He didn't want to give me any medication. He was just like, you have to control it yourself. And I was like, what the fuck, like how am I supposed to control it myself, you know? This is crazy. So I had it for almost every day because I was working, and I was working a lot during that time. And then I went to Bali, and then I realized like actually like I'm okay now. I didn't have hard difficult in breathing, blah blah blah. And then like until recently, like work got quite crazy, and I was having those attacks again. Like I couldn't breathe. So I guess it's something that it would always come and go in your life, you know what I mean? But you'll handle it better each and every time. There's like a study. They studied on mice. Have you heard of that?
Nope.
So they made a study. I forgot like who they are and stuff like that, but there are a bunch of psychologists or psychiatrists, not sure. But basically they did a study on this mice. They put this mice alone, and they were giving this mice gone through depression, and it wanted and then they start introducing drug to this mice, and this mice took the drug because it was very unhappy. And then they changed the condition for the mice. They put in more like those spinning wheels, and they give him friends. And after a while, he realized that like he doesn't even need those drugs anymore because he's not depressed. So I think when you're depressed, it's really important to change your surrounding, change your environment, change, I don't know, your friends or something. Because I really believe that you're depressed because of your environment. Maybe the environment doesn't suit you. It doesn't matter how great or amazing or how bougie your environment is. It's not suitable for you. So you got to find that place where it makes you happy.
Because most of us like who are dealing with depression mostly alone. If you get out of that, or maybe if you are surrounded by the people who are not very healthy, then
no, but I totally agree. Like I've been there. I've been through, you know, like I wouldn't say depression. I don't know, but I get it. You don't want to talk. You don't want to meet people because it sucks the energy out of you. You know what I mean? It's like even trying to create a conversation just like that consists of like, hey, how are you? What are you doing now? Like I gone through that, and I was just like, dude, like you don't even actually care.
There's a lot of small talks going on.
Yeah, like why are you asking me how I am if you don't fucking care? You know what I mean? That was when I was going through something. And like, why are you asking me what if I'm doing? Because like, even if I cry tonight, are you going to be there? You know what I mean? Those are the kind of thoughts that I had in my mind. But it's just put yourself through that and just take it one at a time, you're gonna realize that, you know what, all this stuff, even if they mean it or don't, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Don't question things that people do for you, and just do your own shit. Get yourself out there. Because I feel like if you put yourself inside, like in your house, and just like roll around your bed, you're not gonna feel any better. Yeah, it's not gonna change.
Yeah, but do you think it would come and go if you don't do anything? We don't do exercise, you don't get out, you don't change your friends. Will it heal itself?
No.
You just sink in the void, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna like go into it deeper and deeper and deeper, and there's no point of returning, you know? So that's why like a lot of people like don't understand like mental health, because they think that they can just like snap out of it and like tomorrow's a new day, we'll forget about it. They never like try to handle it, and they're doing the same shit again and again, and they get depressed over time. And it's like each time you get depressed, it's gonna be worse and worse and worse. So I think they should definitely do something about it. You should know that you don't want to be there. You know what I mean? Like, address the issue. Make sure you know what you're going through, and like you're aware of it. You don't just brush it aside, because a lot of people do. And try and do something about it. Let it be just the smallest thing. Like, even like last time, I couldn't even take a shower, dude. So just, you know, wash your hair or something. Just don't look at it in a big scale. Just downsize your scale. You know, like, just like, I don't know, maybe make a coffee for yourself.
Yeah, coffee helps depression, right?
Like if you make coffee for yourself and you feel good about that, you know, try to do that every day. Yeah, it's just, don't look at the bigger picture, because you're not emotionally stable for that. Just look at the smaller bits. Yeah.
Like you said, a day at a time, step at a time, right?
Yep. Yeah, but yeah, I think exercising really helps. Something a lot of people should do. And okay, I'm just gonna give a shout out, okay, to Nilofa.
Oh, wow, Nilofa.
I'm not a big fan of her, guys, but I really respect what she does. She reads every day, and she is not afraid to put herself out there, regardless how stupid or like silly she looks. She's always trying new things, and I think that is why we need to do that, so that we don't keep constant. We need to change, you know what I mean? Like, let it be like your style. You know, because like a lot of my friends are like, oh, you're not like the same as you were like 5 years ago. Dude, if you're the same as you were 5 years ago, you should be worried, man. So
it's like you're stagnant.
even a year ago, you know what I mean? I can't say I'm the same person I was a year ago. There's so many things that I learned. Yeah.
We change and grow.
Hello, Kopi Kamilo podcast. Milo Faeqo signing out.